Hi, I'm Captain Bob, and today we're going to talk about a new subject. Now this one is gigantic. Now let's take a look at another question I received from a student. They asked, what is the solar system? In fact, you may have wondered the same thing yourself. Now I know you know what the solar system is, with the sun and the moon and, all the different planets and everything too. Let me give you an idea of size, just to start with. What I have right here is a baseball. That's right. Let's pretend that this baseball is the size of the moon, okay? Now, the thing is, I want to show you how big the Earth would be compared to the size of this baseball moon. Now, if we had the Earth next to it, it would be the size of this basketball. That's about how big the Earth and the moon are when they're put together like this. Now, another thing I've always wondered is this. How far is the moon from the Earth? When we go outside at night, we look up in the sky, and of course the moon, maybe looks like the size of this baseball way up there in space. But to get an idea of how far that is, it's kind of interesting and a very simple thing you can do at home. All you need is some string. That's right, string and some scissors to cut it to length. Now I want you to put the string against the basketball like this, and then wrap it around 10 times. Now the reason I want you to wrap it around 10 times is this. The Earth, all the way around one time, is 25,000 miles, to go around one time around it. Now the moon is 250,000 miles from the Earth. So if you wrap a string 10 times around this basketball, that's equivalent to the distance from the Earth all the way to the moon. So once you have your friend or you hold onto the basketball with a string on it, and then another friend or family member hold on to the baseball and put your finger on it with the string on there and have them slowly walk apart, and you'll be amazed at how far apart these actually are. Now here's something else you might try. I don't know if you have one of these or not. This is one of those expanding balls, right? You may have one, I hope so. But you notice how big this gets. When you pull it apart, of course, it gets really, really, really big. Well, if you hold that wide open like that, this is how big the Earth would be compared to Jupiter. Pretending that big thing is Jupiter, the Earth would be about this size. That's right, you could put about 9 or 10 Earths right across the front of Jupiter. Now the solar system is so big we can't possibly make a model of it, full size of course. At the end of the video you're going to see how you can make your own solar system model at home though. That's pretty cool. So I want you to join me as we go to the movies and we'll find out what the solar system's all about and how big it is and all that. And then when we come back to the workshop after that, I'll show you how you can begin to make your own solar system scale model. So come on and join me and let's have some fun.
The sun is what holds the solar system together. Its massive gravity is what keeps the Earth and all the other planets circling around it instead of drifting off into space. As we move away from the sun, the first planet we will encounter is Mercury. Mercury is the smallest planet in the solar system, much smaller than Earth, and has a rocky surface with craters on it. It has no moon of its own and no air to breathe. You probably wouldn't enjoy a visit to Mercury, since temperatures are boiling hot in the sun and freezing cold in the shade. Next is Venus, the second planet. Some people call Venus Earth's sister, because the two planets are very close in size and gravity, but they are very different on the surface. Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system. It is the second brightest object in the night sky. The only thing brighter is the moon. After Venus comes Earth, the third planet from the sun. Of course, you know all about Earth because that's the planet where we live. Mars is known as the red planet because iron oxide, a material like rust, in the soil gives it a reddish color. Mars is smaller than Venus and the Earth, but larger than Mercury. It is cold and rocky, with a thin atmosphere made of carbon dioxide and oxygen. Right now, there are 2 special robots exploring the surface of Mars, sending information back to Earth. Jupiter comes next, the 5th planet in the solar system. Jupiter is the largest planet and is something called a gas giant. It is called this because it is really big and made mostly of gases. Jupiter is so big that you would have to place 11 Earths end to end just to stretch across its middle. Jupiter has at least 67 moons that circle around it. After Jupiter comes Saturn, another gas giant. Saturn is famous for its beautiful rings. Although they look solid from a distance, the rings are actually made from many, many small ice particles, as well as rocks and dust. After Saturn comes Uranus, the 7th planet from the Sun. Uranus is another gas giant. It is tilted so much that it actually spins sideways, very similar to Uranus's Neptune, the 8th planet from the Sun. Neptune is another gas giant, and like Uranus, it has methane in its atmosphere, so it also looks blue. Neptune is a darker blue than Uranus, and scientists aren't sure why. Poor Neptune takes over 164 years to finish an orbit around the Sun. Now you may think that I've forgotten someone. Pluto. Pluto was discovered in 1930 and was listed as the 9th planet in the solar system. In 2006, after 76 years being listed as a planet, Pluto was declared a dwarf planet. That leaves us with 8 official planets in our solar system: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. I hope you enjoyed exploring the solar system with me today. Goodbye till next time.
The solar system is a really amazing place, isn't it? Well, you know, I want you to make your own solar system model at home. And this is what it will look like when it's done. Now over here is the Sun, and then all the smaller planets here. And then of course we get to Jupiter, and then to Saturn, and Uranus, Neptune, and finally Pluto, which is way out there as well. And this will hang on your wall at home. To do that, I want you to go to my website. My website is called rocketsandrobots.com. And click on Projects. That's the very top of the page. There's a button that says Projects. When you click on that, it'll show you all kinds of things you can make. And one of those is how to make the solar system. Click on that, and the video will show you step by step how to make it. Well, thanks for joining me today. I hope you had as much fun as I did talking about the solar system and how to make your own scale model at home as well. Well, this is Captain Bob signing off, and remember, keep exploring, because tomorrow belongs to you.